Welcome to our channel, What's the Yak? I'm Phoenix and this is
Gigi.
And our channel is all about celebrity news, hot topics, and just everyday life. So let's get into it. What's yakking today, Gigi?
Okay, so
What's the yak?
we have a few things actually to yak about. We're gonna touch on a few points with the Jasmine Even. That's how you say her name.
Either Elin or Island. I'm not really sure because I've heard it pronounced a couple of different ways.
That way. And we're gonna break that whole situation down. We're also gonna talk a little bit on the shutdown that's dealing with, what's going on in our community with the whole United States, really. And then we're gonna follow it with the Soldier Boy situation. So first, sis.
Soldier Boy? That's Soldier Boy.
Soldier, you.
Superman and oh.
All right, sis. So let's move on to the next thing that everybody is jacking in on the streets about. And now this one, baby, the shutdown. Okay. Now, how are you feeling about this shutdown?
Man, this shutdown. I would say this. Excuse me. The whole shutdown, from my understanding, and I don't follow politics that close, so I very well could be, wrong about some of this. Please comment down below in the comments your opinion about it, or get us right if we are wrong about something. But my understanding is the whole shutdown is about the wall to keep immigrants out. Mm-hmm. However, in the process of shutting down the government to force us to pay for a wall,
that we did not agree upon.
Right.
In the beginning, you said somebody else was going to pay for this wall, but okay.
Right. So they're not paying TSA workers, which are the people that security in the airport. Mm-hmm. You got border patrol people that are not being, paid. Mm-hmm.
Soldiers are not being paid.
Wow. So basically, all the people that are currently responsible for our current safety, not future safety, but our current safety is not being paid. And in my opinion, that's putting us in more
danger than the actual wall. Yeah.
So if the thing is that you care about our American safety so much, why are you putting us in danger?
Yeah, because even police officers were not being paid.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm, I was looking at a few things on YouTube, and this guy actually, who's a police officer, took on being an Uber driver just so he can maintain his bills at home.
Wow.
So the very people that supposed to stand for you, Trump, you basically are turning your back on them because you feel so strongly about this wall that I personally just me personally, this is my opinion, this is my yak, okay, that it does not matter. If they want to find their way into this United States, they're going to find a way. There's more than just a wall that one way of getting into the United States, okay? So...
And this is the thing. You got people that are willing to die to come over here. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult to stop somebody that's willing to die to do something. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Because the worst case in any situation is that you're going to die. Mm-hmm. And if they're going into this knowing that
their whole family, them and their whole family, it's the husband, the wife, and babies that's wrapped in scarves, that's basically going through water in the trenches, and people still take boats over here, to get through the water, not just the
mess
border.
around doing El Chapo.
Okay,
dig a tunnel over here if they want to.
If they had to. So $5 billion for a wall is ridiculous, and I feel like it's a joke. Because when you got into this office, you said that you was going to get Mexico to pay for it. Well, that didn't happen. So now you want your United States people to suffer for $5 billion. $5 billion. We already in debt. We already in debt. And you want us to give you $5 billion. $5 billion. How much?
Oh, wow.
Do you understand how much you have already for those 35 days of a shutdown, how much money you have already killed?
No, he doesn't. In my opinion, he don't.
And then you have the nerve to serve burgers and French fries because we're in this shutdown. You say.
Oh, is that why he served the burgers and French
Yeah,
fries?
you said it was because we was in shutdown, and this is what they could afford doing that process.
Okay,
of
let's
being
get
in the
this right.
shutdown.
First off, you got money. So,
yeah, sis.
Okay, first Donald Trump got money. So, I mean, you couldn't write a personal check for it or something. I don't know. The donation to the White House.
What was that? You didn't even have to write a check. You probably could have got it sponsored, sir.
He probably did get it sponsored.
Okay.
You think he got or either it was his McDonald's that he owned, or somebody in his family owned that he got the food from?
I'm just saying, you could have, if you have all these great followers, you could have got on that phone and say, hey, I have this amount of people coming to the White House that I need to get fed. What can you sponsor for me? And it not be burgers and cold fries and cold nuggets. But that's not what we're talking about. We're still talking about this shutdown. But we're just talking about how much that affects everyone. To the point where our president does not care to serve burgers and French fries.
He said they in college. They better be happy they getting these little burger and fries. When they in college students?
Yes.
Okay.
But
they eat McDonald's every day anyway.
And that's the problem. They eat McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell every day. You're coming to the White House for experience. And you mean to tell me you couldn't have somebody cook some baked chicken, some mashed potatoes, and some broccoli?
You couldn't go to the grocery store and get some food?
Your staff that works at the White House,
anyway,
that gets paid at the White House, couldn't come up with a meal?
Well, if he ain't got the right staff up in there, they might.
I just beg to differ. I feel like you got so many supporters out there that you could have did better.
Yeah, he definitely could have did better. I mean, that's just like you could have.
Chicken don't cost that much, bruh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Saying. I mean, that's just like I question. He had been in office 2 years, had complete control of every part of the government, and couldn't get this bill passed with this wall within those 2 years.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Regardless of, let them not fool you, people. Because regardless of if he wants to put it on the Democrats or not, okay, but that's where always going to get put on is the Democrats. Regardless.
He said it. He said it when the Democrats took over whatever part of the government they took over. He was like, oh, well, that's bad for me because when something go wrong, I'm just going to blame them.
But here's the fact of the matter. You still got Republicans that's not on your side. They will push the bill just like anybody else. And if you think, if I personally want to talk about some realness, I just feel like it's all a show anyways. You're putting the attention on this wall because you don't want that attention being put on you about this whole conspiracy of Russia. If you really want to talk about it, because your people are still getting arrested and going to jail for covering up over things you told them to say. So what better way to take the attention off of yourself about that, what you should be getting impeached about, put it on this wall so your supporters can put their eyes back on whatever it is that you said he was going to do. Because, he does everything he say he's going to do.
But he can't do no wrong. Even when he do wrong, he can't do no wrong. I'd like to play, if it's okay with you, a clip by D.L. Hughley, which kind of really explains the whole shutdown thing.
That was Jodeci, Get On Up. So the shutdown is entering its 18th day. It is interesting that Trump and the Republicans try to blame the Democrats on a shutdown he has asked for over a year now. He said, you can go back in time and see how many times he talked about shutting the government down if he didn't get what he wanted. It's interesting that the shutdown is in its 18th day. The Democrats have been in power since the 3rd. So they've been in power 4 days. The strike happened 14 days before they took over power. It is clear this is an unpopular president and an unpopular wall. A very small minority of people want it. And matter of fact, even the reason he said the wall is it was a thing so he could remember. It was something that they could get Donald Trump to repeat and stay on immigration. It wasn't even a real thing. And it shouldn't be one at all. All of the things he talks about and associates with the wall and keeping America safe, the fact that he wants to, he could get military funding and open the wall. A president can do that when there's an act of war. Now, what has happened, or when there's imminent danger to the American people? What has happened between the time that he was in charge of both the Congress, the Senate, and the White House that couldn't get it done, and all of a sudden it's a real emergency because something worse is happening? He's a liar and a bad one. And people are risking their reputations and their life's work to accommodate him, to be his accomplice.
Yep.
When he says that they caught 4,000 terrorists, more terrorists are the terrorists, and the State Department says this, not one terrorist had got caught on our southern border. The biggest act of what constitutes immigration are people overstaying their visas, and they're from Canada. Drugs do not come through the southern border. They come through our ports. He talked about how officers saying a young California police officer that was killed by a legal immigrant, which is true, but more policemen last year were killed by people that attended Trump rallies than illegal immigrants. That is just the truth. Now, you can lie and say what you want. The truth is, you can open the other elements of the government that have nothing to do with Homeland Security. But you are, in fact, holding the American population hostage. People that work for the government, almost 1 million people. But what did America think? He didn't pay his bills. Why would he pay yours? This is the man that routinely sought not to pay contractors. And now he's doing it for you. He declared bankruptcy 5 times, and now he's doing that to America. If he didn't pay his bills, he's not going to pay yours. Stop telling me about how he's trying to keep America safe. When did it become so much more dangerous? You had it for 2 years, you were in charge of everything, and you couldn't get the people who are supposed to support you to put it through. And now they are? And now other people are? You're blaming Democrats for a shutdown that was on 2 weeks before they ever started. Only an arrogant liar like him could do this. Let me tell you something. Building a wall would not stop the flow of illegal drugs into America. Not when we have 24-hour pharmacists. A wall is not going to help us in our addiction to drugs. You better build a wall around your neighborhood pharmacy. That's what will happen. The truth of the matter is, the government is shut down because he is holding the American people hostage. He is saying, give this to me, or I will keep the government shut down. Let me tell you something. And Trump is a bully. And there's 2 things I know you don't give a bully. You don't give them your lunch money, and you do not give them money for a walk. Let them know from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the DLU Show.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, he pretty much said everything, that I felt.
Yeah. I mean, it's still ridiculous no matter what.
Exactly. And we have to go ahead and address the fact, though, he did agree to open the government back up. President Trump did agree to open the government back up from January 28th up until February 15th.
3 weeks.
And then after that brief intermission, I guess he'll determine if they're going to continue with the shutdown or not.
Well, he said that there's some deal that's supposed to be put in play, and they got 3 weeks to do so. And the reason why he put an intermission up is because a lot of people were hurting, and he didn't want those people to hurt. And that was what our President Trump said, that it was too many people that was being hurt, and he was giving them 3 weeks to release everything, so everything can get back, I guess, on point, get it back in flow.
Right.
But I guess it's a scare tactic.
Get them back afloat.
Yeah, the people that, have nothing to do with it, because even like his group of people was saying stupid stuff, and they was under attack. I forgot the guy's name, where he said he didn't understand why these workers were going to food banks to go get food when they could have took out a loan. Who wants to go in debt? Who wants to go in debt?
So you go to work every day, and because your government determined that they don't want to pay you, now you should go in debt.
You should go in debt.
Oh, well, that's the American way. Yeah. Go get a loan.
But he couldn't understand why these people was going to food banks to get food and assistance. He couldn't understand that. He felt like it was better for them to go get a loan. Not if I know how long this is going to be. Like, I don't know how long the shutdown was for 35 days. 35. So, what do I look like going to get a small loan when I don't even know what I'm
going to pay it back?
Sir, do you sound crazy or what?
Right. How about you go get our checks and pay us our money?
Good thing they're getting their back pay or whatnot, because these people went 2 weeks without pay.
Yeah.
So good thing they're getting their back pay or whatnot, and I guess we're gonna have to get on the hustle.
2 pay periods, not 2 weeks. 2 pay periods.
Well, 2 pay periods is what I meant. Yeah.
The 22nd. So right before Christmas is thank you for being an employee of the government, but you ain't getting no check right before Christmas. So hopefully those people that didn't get a check were able to buy their kids Christmas presents or whatnot before they didn't get a paycheck. So I bet that put a damper on their new year.
You gotta end your year one way and then come into the new year the exact same way.
Broke and still working and don't know when you gonna get a check. But you work for the government. The most secure jobs in America. Okay.
Supposedly.
Just saying.
Yes.
But now, what about old Nancy, girl? Old Nancy Pelosi, honey. What about old Nancy, baby?
She knew she had an opportunity
Nancy
to slide
said,
on in there.
You ain't coming up in here and doing nobody's speech. You're gonna be on the front line doing the speech. Come on if you want to. Donna's like, damn, I hate women.
This is why.
That's why y'all ugly.
This is why I hate y'all.
And I grab them by the yeah. So I go Nancy. I don't know a lot about her politics, but I like a girl that can shut something down. Shut it down. Nancy, shut it down, baby. Said ain't nothing going on around here. You better remember, you think you got some power, but I got experience, and honey, this experience is gonna outweigh the power you think you got.
Because at this point, you ain't really got no power. And there's a lot of people that's now talking about how with that whole situation, it made him look crazy. Like it made him look like he got his tail stuck between his legs with the whole situation with Nancy, because it looked like she took his power in front of everybody, and now his followers are looking like, okay.
Well, because he thought that being president meant absolute power. And he has to slowly realize, no, it doesn't. And unless he pull his Trump card, which is
perfect analogy,
right? The state of emergency. So apparently, and again, I'm not the most versed person on politics at all, so I am subject to get it wrong. Please correct me, comment below. But supposedly, if he pulls the Trump card of state of emergency, then that gives him dictatorship-like power.
I mean, to a certain degree. I mean, yeah, he does. But what I'm finding it's so hard to be is so many people are saying that they want him impeached. And he has so much evidence that he could be impeached.
I mean, but what does that mean?
That means he's no longer president.
No, from my understanding is that he's impeached, but he can't be removed from office just because he's impeached.
He can be removed from office when you're impeached. It just depends on if you would because the whole Clinton thing, he stayed in office, but he was impeached with that whole situation.
So impeachment doesn't mean removal.
Yeah, but it depends on the impeachment, because Clinton was impeached just because of a sexual act. We're trying
technically for perjury is why he was impeached.
Okay.
Because of the statement he made about the sexual act, but this could be treason.
I mean, it can, but you're right, and I get it. But we're talking about the sexual act, which would brought him up on all the charges.
Right.
Okay. But the things that we're talking about with Trump, baby. Okay. We ain't talking about no sexual, because if we were talking about sexual, he should have been right there with Clinton a long time ago. But that ain't the yak.
Feeling a little stormy in here?
I'm just saying.
Feeling a little stormy.
I'm just saying, okay? That ain't the reason, okay? Because if that was the reason, he should have been impeached. But we have
that was the reason he should have never made it to be a president after he done, at 50-something years old, running around grabbing females by the pee. And then everybody want to give him a pad because that was 20 years ago. But 20 years ago, he was 50-something. Get out of here. Anyway.
Anywho, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the fact of the matter is that you're doing illegal stuff. You've done illegal stuff to even get elected. So that should have been impeachment all on his own. Okay? The fact of the matter that it's a possibility that you cheated and everybody who was in your party is getting locked up except for you. So your impeachment, yeah, it should have happened. And I don't understand why it hasn't. But, you know, I guess when you have higher up seas of people who you may got in your pocket.
They may got a lot of stuff on them. Yeah. I mean, the same way, in my opinion, he became president. You know, the people that put him in power are not ready to take him out of power. So, therefore, he has not been impeached.
But that's our president, y'all. So, what can we do? I mean, I just don't understand. I don't know. And, you know, people bring up the whole fact that Obama put the United States in the same situation.
As far as what?
As in the shutdown.
Oh, okay. But that was for medical.
But, okay. But let's not compare oranges to apples. Matter of fact, oranges to watermelons, okay? Because those are two separate situations.
I don't know about the watermelon analogy.
Right. Okay. Let's not do that. I wasn't even thinking.
Who eating the watermelon?
Okay. Let's not compare oranges to pineapples. Okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not the same situation. He did put us in shutdown, but for the reason I feel like was a way better cause, and it did not last no 35 days. It was what, 14, 15 days that it lasted.
Right, it was about 14, 15 days.
And it did not stop any of the workers from getting their money. The workers were still getting their money.
I didn't hear anything about workers not getting paid.
He still made sure that the workers got paid. He did not stop anything that dealt with families, that dealt with, before that could even happen, he made sure that everything got taken care of.
Child, speaking about families, now what about people not getting the, what's the proper that?
Yak.
EBT?
Yak.
The yak on that? Okay.
Yak. Go ahead, sis. Yak.
People not getting their EBT.
Yak.
People not getting their Section 8 pay.
People not getting their student loans.
Yes. I mean, it's... I'm gonna tell you something. People thinking it's the brown and black people around here that is concerned about their EBT. But what people don't realize is people that's in the military that get EBT. I mean, there are people, you know, in the rural areas, and those are not always brown and black people that get EBT. Even statistically, brown and black people don't.
If all you have to do is go Google this information right now of what ethnicity gets
the highest percentage of EBT or state assistance.
State assistance, government assistance. You will see that there is more Caucasians than black and brown people that actually get this public assistance. So when you're trying to say that, that's just gonna make these, you know, black people get off their ass and go get a job, it's not just us that's being affected. The whole world is being affected. You're looking at the elderly that has no way to get a job, who's probably in a nursing home somewhere or assisted living, that's depending on a disability check and food stamps to survive. You have kids. If you don't even want to talk about adults, let's talk about the kids and the elderly. You have kids.
Let's talk about veterans.
They are in that as well. People who have served the United States did their due diligence to protect us and have gotten hurt that now cannot get their money to survive anymore. Okay, we're not talking about just people who don't want to get off their ass and go work. We're talking about the United States as a whole, and the reason of these government assistance that have been put in place are now what was on a shutdown just as much as anything else. So, because I know, from January, they was doubled up on their food stamps.
Yeah, they doubled up in January because they not getting that in March.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing about it is
can I get that water?
Yeah.
I got it. Just pass the.
Okay, cause baby, we
no sponsorship.
you understand? They ain't paying us. We ain't sponsoring. Y'all, I was trying to get the label off the water. Cause I ain't trying to put nobody's name out there. That water be looking delicious. Everybody go buy something like, ooh, that water was looking good when she was drinking, baby. So, no, ma'am, not. Okay, so guys, definitely want you to like,
comment,
share, subscribe. She's like, yeah, whatever.
No, subscribe for real. We need you.
So definitely want you guys to like, subscribe, and comment, and share. So, all right, thanks for yakking with us today.